And we are back. We are in Canvas, West Virginia here at Good Evening Ranch. We are going to have a great weekend so far. The weather here right now, I cannot say enough amazing things about. It is like 65 and sunny with a cool breeze. It's just beautiful out here. It's like 70, but it's heaven right now.
But still,
we're so used to either freezing or baking in the sun. We are enjoying every minute of this weather right now. Again, we have just finished our Course 1 for the day. This is Course 2 coming up. So Course number 2 are coming. We have UTV Stock Class to kick off with, then UTV Cup Series. After that, we'll wrap it up with the VIN Class. Again, we have one race done for the day. We're going to kick off our second course this afternoon. Again, some more big bouncers and kids stuff, but having a good time so far.
Absolutely. Yeah, I hope you guys have been able to join us on Hillside Live for Course 1. Make sure you're watching on that Rock Racing TV Facebook page so that Matt and I can see your comments and engage with you guys. If you're watching on a different page, well, we won't be able to see if you're commenting. So head on over to Rock Racing TV. And, yeah, we're just about ready to kick off round 2 for all 3 of our classes for today. We'll start back again with the Rock Life Off-Road UTV Stock Class. Brandon Davis had the fastest time on Hill 1, followed by Braden Upchurch and Daniel Heckley. Those are your top 3. We'll do top 5. Dan Carter was 4th, and Tyler McGreeny was 5th. Those are your top 5 from Hill 1. I'm not sure who's sitting on the starting line right now. Daniel Heckley, I believe. So, yeah, we'll head on over to that starting line in just a second and kick things off. Check it out. Oh.
Taylor's up there getting fancy.
So fancy.
Again, start knock off. This is the UTV stock class. So if you ever have a stock rig and you want to come out and race with us, again, you can have some minimum safety standards. You can race stock class with us. It's one of our more competitive classes because the vehicles are so very similar.
Jack, what are you talking about? I don't listen to you anyways. I passed on your fist-bumping message.
Speaking of Jack Porter, he's one of our rock bouncer racers. I saw him doing an ice bath challenge this week where he sat in it for almost 10 minutes.
That sounds terrible.
He took it like a champ. He was chatting away while he was in there. And then I saw Crystal hop in and immediately hop out. She was
survival instinct
past her waist, and she was going down and literally just stopped and started coming right back up. It was very comical. Again, Daniel Heckley making quick work of that first section there that everybody had so much problems with. Again, going to try to make a quick time here.
Well, it is a race, Matt.
Appreciate that, Bree.
I couldn't resist. So are they running the same course again?
There is, other than one, I believe the stock class is running the same course. And then the UTV Cup Series has a little bit of a dash different.
All right, Daniel Heckley is through the worst of it so far. Gets to do this fun section, or I think it looks like the fun section, out in the field, up and over that RCV ramp.
It does.
Who put that rock there so nicely placed for us?
It does look like a lot of fun, I think. I think I would have a lot of fun out there.
I was just going to say, that's kind of loud. DJ Zach out there playing his music. Going to get us kicked off Facebook. Especially if you play any Jason Aldean.
Yeah.
Ooh. People be crazy. All right, guys, if you're just joining us here on Hillside Live, welcome to the show. Hopefully you got to catch some of our action just a little while ago for Course 1 for all our classes. We've got Daniel Heckley out on the course right now. This is the Rock Life Off-Road UTV Stock Class, Round 2.
I love the drone zipping by our cameraman. Pretty awesome shot there.
We definitely love having our drone out here to get all that, get the up close and personal look at the race course.
You really can. Again, you can see how that rock bed down there.
Him.
All the rock bed that is just so has caused so much trouble for our racers today. Again, I think we have a few guys at DNF this morning that will not be back this afternoon. Again, we had DC. Oh, DC Thompson up in the booth with us this morning, which was a lot of fun. Again, DC, one of our more excited drivers to watch. Definitely always puts on a heck of a show. A hardcore racer. He's been doing us for quite a while. 168.975 for Daniel Heckley. Again, just squeaking through that finish line there. Going to try to get them all straightened out.
Jack Porter says so much tape.
There
Jack,
is.
don't you wish you were here to help take
Yes.
all this tape down later?
Yes. And
We wish you were here to help take
Yes,
all this
yeah.
tape down later. We miss Jack Attack Porter. Jack, you going to be at Hawk Pride? Who else is going to be at Hawk Pride that's watching live right now?
I'm pretty sure that's like 2 weeks away
That's
for us.
going to be August 4th and 5th. Yeah, so coming up. And that is the closest park that we race at for me. So I'm a fan.
That's also another 12-hour drive for me.
Seriously?
Oh, yeah.
Ah, yuck. It's like 2 for me.
I'm only like 6 hours from
You
Canada.
need to just move to Middle Tennessee. Everybody else in the world is. At least everybody in California.
Yeah. 168.975.
168.975.
168.975. Great shot of Knox there, out there, being very commanding.
Jack, it'll be his birthday at Hawk Pride while
Okay,
we're there.
that'll be
Which
fun.
day, Jack? The 4th or the 5th? Dylan Dowler says he'll be there. Yeah, Dylan, that's pretty close to home for you. No excuses. Shout out to Keith Toolman for
Oh, yes.
all of his recovery efforts over so many years now. What are you doing?
Refreshing.
You
Water.
goober.
That's not funny, Taylor. That's not funny. Taylor thinks he's very ornery. And
He
just
doesn't
because he
think he
laughs,
is.
doesn't mean we're laughing, Taylor.
Remember, I'm not laughing at you.
Yes.
I'm laughing with Taylor.
Yeah. Thanks, Bree. Thanks. I appreciate that.
Just to clarify. Jack turns the big 4-0
Wow.
August 5th. And Taylor turns 26 August 4th. What? All these August birthdays.
How old will you be, Taylor? Oh, yeah. So old.
26.
No more insurance, yeah.
I wish I was
He's
turning
like-
26.
It was so funny. I was at Montana this year with Ultra 4, and me and somebody, one of the people from Ultra 4 laughing. They're like, hey, can you go pick up one of our sportscasters coming? I'm like, yeah, sure. And they're like, well, she's not 25 yet, so she can't run her own car. And I was like, that is hilarious. Like, oh, to be young again. Heck yeah, shout out to Speed Sport. Again, super awesome. They've been doing a lot of coverage for Ultra 4 stuff this year. Again, with Visions, they had a ton of stuff going on. Visions was pretty crazy this year.
Yeah. Tell me about it.
So, obviously, it's
I didn't see you any pictures, Matt.
do what?
I didn't see any pictures.
Oh, I was sharing and sending. I was
Okay.
posting a lot. It
Okay.
was pretty crazy. It's been kind of compared to like a circus, just because there's so much going on. At one point, we had 3 different live feeds all going on at the same time.
Yep. Been
No?
there, done that.
More than that, I guess. Okay. So we
3
have
that you knew about.
yeah, 4 or 5 maybe. Okay. Cool. Yeah, it was chaos. It was a lot of fun though. Getting to actually,
chaos.
I had never got to see the rally cars up close, so that was really cool. Well, I walked around the
yeah.
pits, checked out the rally cars, looked at some of because they have electric and gas, so that was really neat to see the differences. I kind of walked over, talked to some of the drivers. There was one pit. There was like one big tent that was kind of an unnamed tent, and there was 4 or 5 different rally cars. There were different sponsors. So I walked in and got to talk to some of the mechanics and the drivers, and the whole process was kind of cool. Obviously, Red Bull was there with theirs, or Monster, and there was a couple of the guys that you could tell were a much higher budget race program. So getting to see and one team, the driver was from Jamaica. The team themselves were from Sweden. So all the crew
Wow.
for the rally car was from Sweden, except for the drivers from Jamaica. So to see kind of how versed some of the teams were was really incredible, and it was really neat. I got to see their production crew. Walked over and kind of peeked in and walked their production system to kind of.
Yeah.
I only steal good ideas. It's okay, So to just kind of walk over and see them and see how they did production. They have like their trailer sitting, and then they feed it over to it's like an inflatable tent with like little legs coming down. It was really kind of like the head of a bullet. It was kind of neat to see, and they just had everybody standing in the center of it.
Oh.
So that was kind of neat to see, kind of different, kind of cool.
Yeah.
And they had like a couch over on the side, so that was kind of different, kind of cool.
We should have a couch.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
I don't know where we'd put it.
The Nitro Circus guys, their show with the flips and all that stuff was really incredible. That was pretty cool. They had obviously Rock Bouncer and side-by-side knockout racing. I like to watch it. I would probably never race it just because it is so violent.
Knockout's exciting, but it's a little scary too.
And it was again, it's pretty hard on your rig and your body. So
speaking of things being hard on your rig and your body, these rocks here at West Virginia have definitely been causing some carnage today. We should have Dan Carter on the line, I believe. There he is. Dan, what did he break earlier? I forget what they said.
Trailing arm, maybe?
No.
What was it? No, one of the rods in the back.
Yeah.
I don't remember exactly what it was. It was one of the rods in the back. One of his.
At any rate.
I think it was the upper rod in the back. I think it's what he broke.
Lucky to have finished with 4 wheels all still attached.
Yes.
Yeah, somehow he pulled it off on course 1.
And was able to limp it through.
So, yeah, glad to see him fixed and back in action for round 2. We have seen a couple broken axles, several rollovers today. Nothing.
Oh,
nothing.
Man.
Nothing so out of the ordinary for a
Yes.
day of racing, but definitely anytime you're in the rock garden like this.
Yeah, it's just so gnarly.
Hard on parts.
We haven't seen really very many sliced tires today, which kind of shocks me.
No, these rocks aren't the sharp kind, though. They're mostly rounded off, and they have a little bit of, it's like a little grittiness to them, it seems like. Although Clay did say that it was pretty slick once they dragged the mud onto those.
Sliding sideways into a rock. I figured we'd see a few guys rip tires this morning. I did see Brandon Davis bringing one of his spares down, but I'm really surprised we haven't seen more flat tires coming out of the first rock section as they make that loop. So again, a couple guys running tire balls too, so if they had a flat tire we may not even notice it too. So
Dan's taking some tape with him.
Whoa! He is going for it. Again, go ahead and check up a little bit there at that jump. He didn't. Yeah, he barely had a wheel hanging on last time.
He had to be pretty conservative going through this part of the course on his first go at it. I am glad that we always do 2 runs so that the drivers that,
Oh! Yeah.
that don't get to finish course 1.
Yeah.
And, everyone's driven and planned and prepared to be here and wants to race. So I'm glad that we have round 2 so that a lot of those guys can still get a chance, Taylor, hey, Taylor, that's really loud, if you don't mind. Thank you. Yeah, make me lose my train of thought. Hey, Matt, Jack wants to know.
I saw him. He always got jokes.
No. If he's going to ride the 1 wheel tomorrow. He's gonna ride the 4 wheels with the roll cage tomorrow.
I heard Pastrana say that.
That's what he's gonna drive.
After Pastrana's last wreck, he got banged up real bad. And he said, with age comes cage. So he did one stunt, and then he did a lot of autograph signing. So I kind of have to agree.
How old is he? 170.685 for Dan Carter. Right behind Daniel Heckley had that 168. Dan with a 170. We still have Brandon Davis, Jay Stortz, Justin Hoback, Tyler McGreeny, and Braden Upchurch.
Again, it's kind of funny. 168, 170. I mean, literally 2 seconds difference between this massive run they both did, and there's only 2 seconds between them. Again, looks like that Brandon Davis sitting on the line down there. I'm sure he's going to kind of shorten that run. Again, had a smoking time on course 1. Going to see if he can definitely make an upset here.
Brandon's really been getting after it today. He finished, he had the fastest time on course 1, and then, I got to see how he did in the Cup class.
Looks like that Dan's dragging something from the front end of his side-by-side.
Yeah, orange tape.
Okay.
He pulled that off.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dan, we're going to need to be reimbursed for that. Yeah. We charge by the yard.
Yeah. Inflation's real high, yeah. $3 a yard.
Yeah, reduce, reuse, recycle. Recycle.
Look at you.
Recycle our
Look
tape
at you.
What? Doesn't everybody know that?
That's good.
Oh, okay, thanks. Brandon Davis is ready to rock and roll. Cheryl is too back there. She's doing a little dance. Oh, she quit.
She's got that power stance going on.
She does. She's ready to. Does she have a radio? I don't see. That is Brandon's wife, Cheryl, standing in the blue tank top. Or rather, should I say, Cheryl's husband, Brandon, is the one that's on the starting line. So this is what our Scott class is running today. See if you guys can keep that straight in your mind. The orange tape helps, but it's definitely something you got to pay attention to a lot when you're out here racing. Make sure you're on the right course. Remember, if you had walked the course, which areas you were going to, maybe check up here. You wanted to stay to the right of that rock there. And just trying to remember those details while you're running. Obviously paying attention to your vehicle and what's going on with it. If anything's broke and you need to adjust. There's a lot that goes through the mind out there. Yeah. Or sometimes it's just your mind goes blank and you're just like hanging on for the ride, trying not to hit the trees.
And that's kind of what I was going to say is, when you get back in that wood section, you start bouncing off rocks and trees. All the rocks and trees start looking the same.
I know. All right, let's go, Brandon. Okay. Come on, Brandon. Oh, no. This looks like Taylor trying to make those tight turns in the truck last night, going down to the river. The Golly Bridge is what it was. I asked Chris. Yes, if you guys heard me talking earlier about the gigantic bridge that is a local landmark.
What?
It's the Golly Bridge at the New River Gorge, and it is definitely a pretty cool thing to see if you're ever in the area.
Man, Brandon's thrashing through there pretty good.
He's just busting through. The oldest bridge where? The oldest bridge in the country?
Let's go. Come on, Brandon, sit it.
Oh. Nice.
I wonder, since he runs an IFS bouncer and side-by-side both, I wonder which is smoother in the jumps. Menace or his side-by-side? I'm curious. We'll have to ask him later. Say, which is smoother when you're hitting jumps and stuff? Is it the Can-Am or is it Menace? Menace is the TC-built independent front suspension rock bouncer that he races, Brandon races, for Brandon Davis Racing. As Bree said, that's Cheryl's husband. Have a good run going. Again, you can see that just how many rocks are just scattered out down there.
Oh. Well, all four are pulling. He's just in a slick spot.
Something Cody or Clay Casey came up and talked about, how slick it was up there. Again, you get that wet and muddy tires on top of a kind of a slick rock, and it just wants to push you wherever you're going. .569. And that was Brandon Davis.
That's your new leader currently.
I was thinking that was good
2.
enough for first.
Looks like we got some Jay Storts.
Jay Storts on the line, back for redemption. Jay Storts was the first driver on course 1, and he ended up in a tough spot right off the bat and was not able to recover it.
Jed Harper said, Matthew Holt, you know you have my wife saying snacky snacks? I'm like, bro, priorities, okay?
Matt, we need to make you a shirt that says, we'll race for snacky snacks, or I'm just here for the snacky snacks.
Yeah, we told Clyde, since he owns a T-shirt making business, that we need to have a shirt that says snacky snacks on big letters.
Oh, no.
Come on. You could see it was kind of going forward still.
Well, as long as he can still back up, we're all right.
Get up there.
So he obviously elected to go left and around the big rock ramp this time, as that's where he got in trouble on course 1.
Woohoo!
All right, he's already made it further than last time.
Getting a little spicy with it up there.
Cooking on high now.
And that's the thing. It's like you kind of have to keep the tire speed up. Just that way when the momentum finally does catch, it kind of bounces you through it. I think it's funny how they all go like underneath the tape, curl around and come back through the tape. I know several drivers did that in the first series, so.
Man, you can see how he's just getting bounced around in there.
Just thrashing through there.
I guarantee you, when you're the one in the driver's seat, it feels so different than when you watch the videos.
Well, and usually, sometimes, depending how much adrenaline is pumping, you don't feel anything then. It's the next day when you're
like, God, why was
my neck is killing me.
Neck and my shoulders.
It was.
Whoa.
Just send it right up there. Nice, smooth landing.
Oh, he's going to give Brandon a run for his money.
He is. Again, just floating out there in that wide open terrain.
He just busted through that ditch down there.
I love right here when they just come flying through that mud, right? At kind of an angle.
Yeah, you guys, if you've never been to a race in person, you have to remember that everything on camera, it just doesn't do it justice. The hills are always steeper. The drivers are going faster. It looks faster and feels faster in person. The terrain is rougher. I don't know. It just doesn't.
It is.
Doesn't
again,
do it justice.
I tell that to people back home, and they're always like, right, yeah, because they'll be like, oh, my Cherokee can make that. I'm like, bro, some of the best rock bouncer drivers on the best machines in the nation couldn't make it. You on a Cherokee in 32s isn't going to make it. Trust me. So I encourage everyone at home watching this.
In the VIN class.
Yeah. To come out and actually, come walk the course with the drivers, hang out in the pits. Check out the rigs. It's so much fun. It's a lot of time. Like I said, most of the drivers are really great. I've seen kids walking around with T-shirts that are signed by all of them. It's always a lot of fun to come out and go, get a little squirrely there. But come out, enjoy it. And what's this?
Oh! All right, let's see what that time is. That's a 167.471 for Jay Storts. That's good enough for second place currently. Brandon Davis still in the lead with a 159. Now Jay with a 167. Then Daniel Heckley right there behind him with a 168.
Man.
And then Dan Carter right in there with a 170.
168, 169, and 170. Wow.
Yeah, these guys are keeping it real close. And on a course this long, a lot of times we see them separated by tenths and hundredths of seconds sometimes, depending on the course. But with it being this long and this technical, like 1 and 2 seconds gaps, that's pretty tight.
Yeah, 3 second gap between 3 guys is pretty impressive. Okay, you can see Keith Toolman's rig off to the left there. He's one of our recovery guys. Comes out and helps us out a lot. Does a great job. Helps recover side-by-sides and big rock bouncers.
We got Eagle Eye Productions checking in, watching.
What's up, buddy?
And now Braden Upchurch is on the line. Matt, you got any chocolate down in that bowl of snacky snacks?
I just went and bought Kit Kats and what was the other one? Kit Kats and Almond Joys this morning. Because some of my chocolate got a little melted the other day.
Uh-oh.
Oh, Braden Upchurch making quick work of that rock section again. A little faster than Jay Stortz through there.
He did it real well on round 1 as well. He had a second-place finish on course 1, so we'll see what he does here. Time to beat right now is a 1:59 from Brandon Davis.
Again, watching that full body go through that rock garden is just so violent. Again, we've seen most of the guys check up over that jump. We've seen a few guys send it today, though. It's kind of awesome.
I'm a little curious about there must be something about it that looks different in person and why more people haven't sent it a little more.
Yeah.
A lot of them have been kind of crawling up over it.
All right, unlimited class. Make sure you're ready. Act like you've been here before.
I seen Gatlin get up on there and start sliding sideways, and I was like, ooh.
There it is for Braden Upchurch.
Oh!
Well, yeah.
137.785 for
Whoa.
Braden Upchurch. That is our new leader. Absolutely smoked that course. Again, I think that first rock garden section, he really made a super fast time through there. Again, kind of took his time on the second one a little bit slower, but that first section really put it hard, put it to the wood. And, man, wow. That's 30 seconds faster.
Brandon had to back up. Remember when he first got over that rock and had to back up and get going? I think that was the biggest difference right there. But, yeah, Braden Upchurch definitely just smoked that course with a 137. Then Brandon Davis with a 159. And, let's see, Jay Stortz with a 167. Those are your top 3 right now. Oh, there it is on the screen.
Oh.
Got me down here doing math, looking at my notes. All right. It looks like even though he crossed the finish line, he might have gotten stuck somehow.
He did. He was coming in pretty hot and steamy there. Yeah.
Okay.
And that's not like a camera. That's not like a tripod leaned over. It's that's actually how slanted the whole hill is.
This isn't just like a flat field. It's on a hill. So when they're going up that RCB ramp, that slick rock, smooth rock over there, they're jumping off camber. Looks pretty fun though. Looks like the Shire out there.
It does
the
kind
hobbits
of.
Are gonna start coming out.
It does kind of look like the Shire out there. It does. It looks just like a Shire.
Bilbo
Baggins.
Are you out there?
Hey, buddy. My buddy Eric Martin, a good friend of mine, was messaging me, and he's like, "These people know what a Rolls Royce is?" I'm like, "Man, I know. I feel you, dog."
Only Clay doesn't know what a Rolls Royce is.
I'm like, I tell you.
He's not that young. I think he should know what a Rolls is.
Yeah, like they still make them. The Rolls Royce Phantom. That's like a huge, They are beautiful cars. And you can find an older 80s model for like $3,000 to $5,000. You can find older ones cheap, kind of rugged. They're not that expensive.
That kind of defeats the purpose of a Rolls, though, doesn't it?
Well,
cheap and rugged.
I mean, you can find an older model that's not as fancy,
Yeah. There's a question for you on there from Eagle Eye Productions. Wanting to know if you're healed up and you're racing this weekend?
Well,
He's more healed up than he was.
Yeah, I'm more healed up than I was, and I am going to get in the buggy and go tomorrow. I don't know if you'd call it race, but I will be in the buggy out here. I got the hyperactive rock bouncer out here. We did a motor swap this week because I had some free time, so, you know, since I got one good arm, I thought, hey, let's go ahead and do a, you know, let's do it and change out that engine.
Listen, I walk up and Matt's got like a back brace and an arm sling on, and he says he's going to attempt the course tomorrow.
Well,
like, dude,
so
all these people out here and you don't have a friend that'll get some points.
Oh, yeah, here's the deal.
But, yeah, he won't let them.
Here's the deal. I don't worry about them racing. I worry about me in the next 2 weeks have to tear the buggy down and replace all the stuff they broke on it. Because everybody wants to hop in a rig and go out and tear it up. I mean, they don't want to fix it and come to Decatur, Illinois.
Somebody can just attempt the hill for you.
I could attempt the hill. That's not my worry.
Okay.
Taylor, if you only knew, buddy. Taylor's saying I have that high society money. I'm like, well.
High society. We're going to see Matt in a Rolls pretty soon.
Yeah. If I pull in a Rolls, it'll be because it's all-wheel drive, with you know, some 35s on it, you know.
And it was free?
Yeah, and it was free. Yeah. I bought it for $1 off a junkyard or something.
We need to name your next buggy something about,
Yes.
Something to do with
I have like
Rolls-Royce.
the next two buggies.
Rock
named.
and roll. Rolls.
That would be cool.
I don't know. All right, this is Tyler McGreeny. We have our 2 4-seaters left to go for round 2 for the style class. We've got Tyler McGreeny now, and then we'll have Justin Hoback.
Yeah, the 4-seaters ought to do very, very well. Again, a lot of this, I've seen trails. Again, my brother and me do a lot of recreational wheeling. I've been to courses before. We go out and we'll hit a big off-road park and we'll do a bunch of trails. And some hills you'll come to, and the guy with the shorter wheelbase does great, and guys with longer wheelbases do horrible. And then literally the very next hill, it's the exact opposite. Tire size, belly height, a lot of that comes into play here, which, again, you might be an advantage or it might be a disadvantage, you know, depending on what course you're at, what race you're at, whether you're going uphill versus downhill.
Whether your belly's getting hung up on the rocks and you're turtled, which I think might be happening right now for Tyler. The rock bounce and rolls.
Yeah, Rolls-Royce rock bouncer. That's the 4 R's.
The rock rolls. Rock Royce. I don't know. We're going to have to work on this.
That would be the RR rock bouncer.
I have to go look for a hood ornament on eBay or something.
That's about all I could afford on a Rolls-Royce rock bouncer. Taylor said, I don't know if you can afford that. They are expensive.
Oh, man, Tyler's having a little trouble getting cleared over these rocks.
The good news is he can still back up, so he can still get a clearance, still get a good time.
As long as you can still make some kind of...
Speaking of 4-seaters, there's a massive 4-seater pulled
Matt
in.
just pointing out stuff.
Pulls in with
distracting me.
It's got to be what size? The 40s? What size are those tires? 37. Thank you. I lied. They're not 40s. They're 37s. They are massive, though. And I think it's almost like it's been lowered, so it has more, down travel on the suspension. Instead of less up travel, it has, more down travel. So a 37 on a 4-seater looks massive. Again, still able to back up, so we'll see if we can't get him. Again, trying to pick the line there. Looks like the front wheel's still spinning.
Kent says to name as Snacky Snacks.
I would love to have a bouncer named Snacky Snacks.
You have a lot of options here.
I do.
Obviously. Name the UTV.
That would be.
Lil Snack.
Little Snack. Little Snack.
Little Snack.
Go, 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 go.
Nice.
That rear end.
Swung that tree.
It did. He swung it, and that rear end cleared that rock perfectly.
I think this thing's kind of cool.
I did. I was watching it come by. We got like an old
I don't know what
Army
it is.
Jeep coming through, like a flat fender is what they call them. An old flat fender Jeep, like a Willys. Very cool. It's like on like narrowed 1 tons, but they're still 5 lug. Really? Oh, Taylor was telling us it's actually that belongs to the park. It's one of their vehicles they just run around in. That's super cool. Have an old flat fender Jeep running around. I seen Dan Carter fly out of here earlier, and I wonder what he was doing. I thought he was going to check something out, and now I see him coming back in his...
He had to go swap something out.
Yeah.
Go get the other buggy.
There you go. Little aerial shot of it. Very cool.
Is Tyler broke? I can't tell what's going on.
His hood looks like it's falling off.
That's minor. Don't need that.
I mean, it's still attached, so I'm not worried about it. Again, if this seems hard, it's because he's doing it in a stock class 4-seater.
Also, he's making a sharp turn going downhill on rocks.
Yeah.
And yes, like Eagle Eye Productions said, this is the course where the long wheelbase gets you.
I kind of concur. I think I have to concur.
Yeah, I don't think it's super beneficial out here.
Again, you can see a couple of drivers over there lined up, kind of just watching him. Again, stopping and switching it to high. That way you can, use that high gear there.
Doesn't want to listen to the rev limiter.
Yeah. Yeah, at like 27 mile an hour. You can see there how much lean there is when you come off of that. Which is why going through these big rocks here is so much dangerous. Because you can see it kind of start to float a little bit down to that passenger.
Sliding.
Little float to that passenger side. Again, it's funny that DC and Clay both have like the same exact thing. Like, you want to go fast, but you want to be real careful right there.
But those rocks are still awfully close together.
Yeah. Again, switching it back into low. Again, I know that kind of takes you some time, so definitely a choice to do there. Switching from high to low because you can go so much faster in high gear for that big loop. I think the return course here is a little bit easier just because I think the rougher section of it you're going downhill on, which you at least have gravity helping you work there.
I can't tell what he's hung up on right now.
Okay, this is Tyler McGreeny. You can see him. I don't know if it's hung up on the tree kickers there or what. Again, this,
I don't think he has.
Eagle Eye kind of hit the nail on the head. I don't necessarily know if this tight woods course right here at this entrance section is the best for that.
Scraping over all these rocks too.
Yeah.
Isn't helpful.
Yeah, having a good tree kicker or even just a piece of tubing sticking on the side really makes a big difference. You can kind of put that on the tree and kind of pivot against it. I've seen Dan Carter, has done that several times. Clay Kaysen, Cody Kaysen, they've done it. The Kings, you can see them using that tree to pivot off of. And usually only takes one person to learn the trick, and then everybody else kind of follows suit right there.
Okay, the trees can be useful. I remember when we had the Juggy, like the Avenger has rear steer, so it's not
as bad.
You don't need to use the trees as much to pivot, but when we had the Juggy and we have a trail through the woods at the house, there were like specific parts on the trail where it was like you had to swing the tree.
You can see the bark missing right there.
Make it.
The tree's all shiny where the bark is missing. Well, you can see you've pivoted so many times from it.
Now, I think I just heard that he is out of time, so he has to keep maintaining some forward progress.
I hear everybody yelling for him down at the bottom of the hill, so they're saying, go, go, go.
Forward progress, the rest will keep letting you go. So either go or leave, one of the two.
So either go or leave. Zach.
Those are your options, according to Zach.
Help him get out of there. He can't turn around and see. Y'all know that, right? Okay.
Again, yeah, it's visibility is pretty much a nightmare in there.
We put a backup camera on the Avenger.
Yeah. I was showing somebody that video the other day. Me and Taylor, Taylor, I think it was Taylor that ripped the mirrors off. I don't think that was me.
Oh, my.
Okay. All right. Well, okay, Taylor.
Breaking the mirror is better than the axle.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I broke a mirror, apparently.
All right. That was Tyler McGreeny. He gave it his best shot here on course 2. Wasn't quite able to swing it, but we've got Justin Hoback on the course now, or on the starting line. Our other 4-seater in the Rock Life Off-Road UTV stock class. Justin did not finish on course 1, so here's hoping. Oh, well, I heard he might just be breaking the beam, so did he break some? I think he might have broken something. Or
He only had. That's awesome.
what? Yeah, that front tire.
Okay, yeah, he's definitely not.
You know when you leave the toolboxes in the back?
Yeah.
Matt, is that what your run tomorrow is going to look like?
I mean, I won't have a toolbox in mine.
Minus the toolboxes?
I mean, I might use it to bring my snacks down.
Whoa, almost lost them. All right, that does complete our day of racing for the Rock Life Off-Road UTV stock class. Let's see where we stood for round 2. Braden Upchurch had the fastest time with a 1:37. Then Brandon Davis with a 1:59. Jay Stortz with a 1:67. Daniel Heckley with a 1:68. And Dan Carter with a 1:70. And then Tyler and Justin were DNFs. And that does finish off both courses for the stock class. So we are going to move on into our RCB Axle Unlimited class, course 2. There's the Shire right there.
I love it.
A nice, peaceful Shire with some tire tracks going through it. All right, guys, we're going to let them get reset for our Unlimited class and be right back after this. I'm going to go use the bathroom real quick. Hold down the fort.
Hey, I've been sending you text
The
messages.
Mickey
by the way.
Thompson Premium Mud Terrain is on the road and full of undisputed attitude. The Baja Boss MT.
I've been sending you text
no
messages.
compromises.
Yeah,
ever.
through your phone.
We are purpose-built tires for truck and Jeep enthusiasts everywhere. All mud tires are not created equal. And here's the proof. Powerfly XD construction, asymmetrical tread design,
what about the first
extreme
thing?
side
Why are we
bias,
seeing Rock
and
Racing
more.
TV between shots?
Find your tire
transferring from
size
shot to shot?
today at
Is that on purpose or is that an accident?
MickeyThompsonTires.com.
Okay, that's. Earlier he was like, "All right, this guy's coming off the line in 3, 2, 1," and we're like still watching Rock Racing logos between. That's kind of that.
Mickey Thompson Tires announces a new American mud terrain legend, the new Baja Legend MTZ. 35 different sizes, and one is just waiting for your rig. The Baja Legend MTZ. Mickey Thompson Tires announces a new American mud terrain legend, the new Baja Legend MTZ. 35 rebirthed from the depths of Baja, Mickey Thompson Tires announces a new American mud terrain legend, the new Baja Legend MTZ. Silica reinforced T4 tread compound, Powerply 3-ply construction, improved 4-pitch side biters, proven MTZ tread styling for undisputed traction. 35 different sizes, and one is just waiting for your rig. The Baja Legend MTZ.
Yeah.
I think so.
Are we back? And we're back. Okay, and we're back.
Back
Here we
to
go.
the Shire.
Here we go.
To the Shire with the cute little hobbits.
Yes.
Running around.
So I
don't know why it had to be an Irish
Game of Thrones. So I was never a fan of that in the beginning, and then I started to like it.
Ew.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm a fan of that.
Cool story, bro.
What else? Not Game of Thrones. Lord of the Rings. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Lord of the Rings.
I approve of that then.
Lord of the Rings. I started watching the second one. It says. It says Justin Holback, but I do not believe that is Justin Holback, judging by the giant 01 banner that just came by. Nathan King.
Oh.
Man, that's not good.
Some mosquito control out there.
I don't know if he has a bad valve there.
I don't know. He just came by and did. He did
He
the
did.
horn.
Yeah. For those of you can't hear, we were on commercial break and Nate pulled it behind us, revved it up and then hit the horn, which we always talk about how we love to hear the horn as he takes off the starting line. But I'm not sure what's going on. He revved it up behind us and there was no smoke, so not sure.
He did. He was
Unless
able to do course 1 all right.
Bad head gasket, maybe. A bad head gasket would definitely put a lot of stuff in the cylinder, or bad valve.
It ate some bad Mexicans last night.
What? We've seen all kinds of things happen. We've seen all kinds of things happen out here.
I don't know. We were wondering about that too.
Yeah, I mentioned that in the beginning.
Oh, man. Nathan already struggled with getting turtled on a rock on course 1. He was able to finish, but it took him a while to get off of it. So hopefully we don't see him having that problem again out here. You know that is frustrating. Oh,
yeah.
No. Right here, right as I said it.
I like
Can
that
he
he has.
back up?
I like that he has a backup light on there. That's kind of handy.
It's really heavy, so I wouldn't. Somebody had one of those break off the cable, so just a warning.
Man, Nathan King hung up. Again, I think that's Brian Dunnigan there on the course taking some pictures for the Rock Life Off-Road crew.
We'll see if we can tell if this is going to be a DNF for Nathan. It looks like it might be. We've got Cody up there giving him a hand.
Oh, my goodness. Look at it. There's 6 guys trying to rock the thing back and forth.
Oh, no. Not again.
All right.
Well, in the meantime, we have a Skinny Puddle trophy to give away. We've got Robert Trainer up here with us. And what's this little one's name? Hazel. Hi, Hazel. She's like, what is going on up here? What am I doing? We wanted to show you guys. Let's see. Can we get that thing? I know it's heavy.
It's
if
very
not,
heavy.
It's okay.
This is a very heavy trophy, which is our Skinny Pedal Award, as you can see. Very massive. It's like
YouTube hero.
It's only 1/8-inch steel, but it feels like 1/4-inch steel when you go to pick it up for the first time.
Yeah, it's heavy.
These things are cool.
We tell people
though.
that, and they're like, yeah, okay. And then people are like, that thing's heavy.
It's so creative, though. Jonathan Shepard has done an awesome job last year and this year on his designs for the trophies. So definitely a shout out to him and to you for putting on a show at Wildcat.
Well, see, I don't like to be nominated for them, but I will take the trophy home.
And we were talking about. I was telling you,
if it's gonna happen, you might as well get a cool trophy for it.
A Skinny Pedal trophy is something. It's cool to win it, but you never want to, because if you did, that means something probably went terribly wrong.
Yep.
So again, with you, had a pretty violent rollover.
Yeah, it was a front flip into a somersault.
Solid.
Yeah, it sounds like you're practicing a gymnastics routine or something.
Yeah, really.
I'd rather stay on all four. But,
yeah. Again, super cool.
Where do you think you're going to put that? You're going to put it like over the mantle?
Yeah, I'm gonna put it right in front
maybe
of the
in the
TV,
shop.
so
Yeah,
person
there you
has
go.
to see it every day.
There you go.
Yeah. I don't know if she'd be that impressed with it.
Yeah,
she's like,
she's not gonna let that happen.
she's like, it's going above the mantle, you know.
Yeah.
How old is Hazel?
She is 2.
Oh.
And you have a race tomorrow as well, right?
Yep, my son is racing, Ramsey trainer.
Ramsey?
I seen his name on the youth list, and I was like, oh, that's kind of cool.
Other known as Rowdy Boy, he likes to call himself. So.
Yeah.
Rowdy Boy?
Yeah.
I
we'll
like
have to
it.
say that tomorrow.
Yep.
Nice.
I'll call him Rowdy Boy. He
That's
loves
funny.
We will. We'll make sure to put that
I'm
in the
going to
notes.
make a note right now.
I was going to say,
Where's
we'll
my
make sure.
youth class? Here we go. Ramsey, a.k.a.
Rowdy Boy.
Yeah, I appreciate everybody voting for me, though. I didn't expect to win because Nathan, he took a pretty rowdy trip there. So
Yeah.
But I'm thankful for everybody voting for me.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
Speaking of votes, we have our votes are still open for the Hot Springs race. So round 4 for the year, our most recent race, and you guys can still go vote for that up until tonight. So voting's open until tonight. Head to the website. You can watch the compilation video and cast your vote, and then we'll be giving that trophy away tomorrow to whoever the winner was. Yeah.
So we just show a teaser here a little bit, but it was a great teaser, but it was just enough to kind of see the people's names or recognize a buggy.
Not the full video. So go to nationalrockracing.com. You can search Skinny Pedal, and that'll take you to the quick compilation video you can watch of all the nominees, and then you can vote. And we'll be giving away another one of these bad boys. All right. We have completed our recovery, and we've got Casey Howell on the line now. Thanks for coming up, Robert. All right, Casey finished in 5th place on round 1.
What's up, Tim Bacon? What's up, buddy? Got the...
Let's see how he does right now for round 2. We are in the RCB Axle Unlimited class now, round 2. After this, we've got our VIN class, and then that will conclude our day of racing out here at Good Evening Ranch in Canvas, West Virginia. If you guys are anywhere in the area, I hope you're able to come out tomorrow and enjoy another full day of racing. And also, there is going to be a concert tonight in the covered arena up
I didn't
here.
know that.
Yeah, Chris was telling me about it. In the covered arena, they'll be playing music 6 to 10, I believe.
Heck yeah.
And then tomorrow night, after the racing is over and everything, they are going to have barrel racing, not with horses, but with side-by-sides and bouncers.
That will be fun.
In the covered arena as well.
That will be fun for the guys who have rear steer. I bet that'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah. So if you're watching this and you're local or local-ish, there's a few other things going on this weekend. Y'all come on, check it out.
Ooh, little jump there. I'll say Tim's in there. I'm sure the Bacon family's checking in, watching some rock bouncing action tomorrow. Got side-by-sides today. Again, we're in West Virginia. First time ever for the National Rock Racing Association to be here. at Good Evening Ranch in Canvas, West Virginia.
Good Evening Ranch. I wonder how it got its name.
That's a really good question. I also saw Good Evening like Horse Ranch and Good Evening some other things here. This also used to be a exotic animal sanctuary, so you'll see some 20-foot tall fences out there, which I said, dude, I want to go drive around, see if I can find some.
I wonder what they had here.
I know, I want to find out. If anybody knows, all right, we're going to ask the internet. They know everything.
Ask the internet.
Ask the internet. If anybody knows what exotic animals...
Whoa, Casey. Oh.
What exotic animals they had here, we would love to know.
All right, and that's a finish. 132.933 for Casey Howell, our first driver out for round 2 of our RCV Axle Unlimited class. We've got Kinsley, Callahan, Tim Bacon, Kirsten Trainer checking in with us. Thank you guys for joining us here on Hillside Live today. Make sure y'all are watching on that Rock Racing TV Facebook page so that we can see your comments, answer any questions, and interact with you guys. We like that. It makes it fun, right, Matt?
It is. It is fun. I like to interact with people.
I like talking to Matt, but I like talking to our audience, too.
No, it's okay, Bree. Go ahead. No, it's fine. I understand my place. It's okay.
Oh. Matt brings the snacks, so.
Oh, wow.
I always like talking to Matt.
She's like, I like talking to Matt because he provides food.
Priorities.
That's like saying, I love my parents because they bring me stuff. I tell you.
But we like talking to you guys, too. So make sure you're on that Rock Racing TV media broadcast Facebook page, not the group page.
And I do love interacting with our fans and fellow racers that are on the live feed. It's a lot of fun. Check and see when everybody's tuning in. It's kind of always cool to see how many different states and or countries are tuning in to the live feed. We appreciate that.
Yeah, we already had Brett from Australia earlier today. And we had, Oregon, North Carolina, Tennessee. I don't even remember all of them.
Yeah, I think they're like Australia, I think, was like 15 hours ahead of us. So tomorrow morning we'll have to see if they're still awake by the time we kick off our live feed tomorrow morning. Again, we got bouncers running tomorrow. We're racing side-by-side today.
And Mark Carpenter getting a little squirrely out there. Oh, man, and that's actually a nice view of the ledge that they've got to go up and over.
Again, me and Clyde were talking. I think the far right is going to be your best bet. You can see where the tire marks are at. Right where he's at is where all the tire marks are. But I think if you can go a little bit farther left, you're going to really give you 3 guesses who that was.
Yep, I shouldn't have even had to turn and look. DC trying to splash us with mud.
You saw a dirt bike coming through. I probably could have told you it was. Again, you can see the right. Those are kind of where the tire pattern is. But I think if you were to go a little bit farther left, it might be a little bit easier. Again, obviously, high centering here's the issue.
Man, Casey Howell, which kind of went right up and over. I didn't really even notice it being much of an obstacle for him.
Again, also it could be that it's getting slick now, too.
Yeah.
You get a bunch of mud splattered on there. Again, from the other camera angle on the other side, you can kind of see how much mud and water and dirt's on there. Also depends on tires, too. What tire combination you're running, what tire weight. If you got a real soft tire compound that sticks real well, might help. A little bit lower pressure.
Well, it looks like
grip a little better.
Mark is deciding to let the buggy live to race another day.
Sometimes that's not a bad choice. I've waited to make that decision a few times, a little longer than I should have. So,
Anthony Yunt says, cool course, big rocks. Yes, sir.
It's a great course.
We like to keep everyone on their toes. And, one of the cool things about all the parks that we go to and them being scattered all over the country, we get a lot of different terrain that we get to incorporate. Not every park has the big rocks to use, the rock garden, or the big hills. And then we've got, Rush Springs Ranch has a little bit of a short course that we can use and a really big hill. And then, of course, Bikini Bottoms has the the concrete walls and the different obstacles all across that hillside. And
I really enjoy that short course there.
At Rush Springs?
I love it.
Yeah.
Way more than I ever thought I would.
Yeah.
It's
see?
a lot of fun.
I know. Everyone's always like, oh, a long course. I'm like, it's fun.
It's so much fun.
Yeah.
The first couple times I raced at it, it was kind of like, okay, and then I really got there. Me and Larry Crow got out there and were just ripping around it and had a blast. Bacon was out there. We had 3 or 4 other guys out there that were in side-by-sides and big rock. There was like 6 of us making kind of laps, and we had an absolute blast.
Well, and then we've got the places like Hawk Pride, and then Oklahoma is totally different. We don't have the big old, we don't have the rock gardens. We've got the big old hills that we can crisscross.
Awesome. This track is awesome.
Thanks.
Thank you. So then we got like Bikini Bottoms, who is big, long, steep hills, and again, we've seen it get to where that dust starts churning up, and you've seen high.
Got Fable Hill out there, of course.
The top half of that, I've seen guys literally Gold Rush. I've seen other buggies with massive amounts of horsepower, literally 16, 18 horsepower going side to side, but not able to go 2 inches farther. Got Cody Case in here, and Daddy's Money. Again, he raced a stock side-by-side with us, or a stock class rig with us last year.
He raced a stock class last season, and then
you can see he
changed it up to the unlimited class, and he did roll off of this rock.
So trying to be a little more careful this time.
Man, I would hate for you. Okay, he decided to go straight up and then turn this time.
Yeah. Again, I think that's kind of what his brother did. Clay went right after him, almost the same line, took a little different approach.
Clay didn't go straight off the top. They pretty much did the same thing, except it worked for Clay and it didn't work for Cody, and there's only minor, little differences in what they did. But
which, again, could not even be it could have took the exact same line. It's just the difference in the buggies, too, which makes a big difference. One has maybe a little more low center of gravity, Again, one has maybe a little more up travel, one has a little more down travel, so that all plays into effect. Again, dialing your buggy in, it's definitely something you can really look at.
There you go. You're doing much better.
Breeze bursty.
You must have got some kids in the party.
Gotta stay hydrated.
Ooh, yeah, airing it out. I love
got something to make up for after course 1.
I love that the drone came like right into his window and like hung out there for a minute. That was awesome.
Taylor.
Oh, so close. Again, had excellent momentum going in, a super fast time.
I hope everyone's got a good skid plate.
Yes, and they will definitely feel it. Oh, maybe a little too far left there. Again, the left is a little bit less of an angle than the right side, but that's kind of where the tire tracks are, so kind of gives you a couple options there.
It's definitely throwing them to the left a little bit as they you have to remember that even this rocky section is on a hill. We call it the Mickey Thompson Mountainside.
Yes, with good reason.
Area.
Come on.
Watch out, Clyde.
Yeah.
Look at him filming.
Clyde's like, I got to put this on my gram. I need to put this on my gram.
Man, I want to rewatch how Casey did this now.
Yeah.
He didn't have any trouble right here.
Well, again, he's the first guy to go, and since you can see how light versus dark it is. You have a bunch of mud and water get on there. That makes a big difference. Plus, again, tire compound can make a big difference as well.
All I know is Cody's getting frustrated right now.
You can tell, yeah.
He's throwing this thing at the rock.
You can see him starting to move more side to side even as at the top. So trying to hit it with one wheel, kind of. There you go. A lot of times you'll see bouncers or Jeeps do that.
What was that?
Oh! You can see how many rock trips at the top of that from all these guys' belly pans. I know they're younger drivers.
Oh! Come on, one more time like that. He's got it. Nothing to lose at this point. Except points.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Send it. Yeah. I say send it. Oh, there we go.
Nice.
So he just shot up it more than landed the front end.
He also just showed a lot of the other drivers what to do. But, yeah, if you guys want to go back and re-watch any of these races, our Hillside Live shows, you can go to Rock Racing TV, our page, and our YouTube channel, and find the content on there. If you missed it and you want to get caught up on all the racing action, remember, it's Rock Racing TV.
Again, you can see how massive some of those rocks are in that rock garden down there. Just huge, huge rocks. There we go.
Yes, it looks like Cody's going to get a finish today. I like to see that.
293.765 for Cody Kaysen. Again, still able to get a finish out of that. And you can see why we have a little bit longer times than we normally do.
Yeah, we had, I think, the longest time limit I've ever heard Clyde give today, 7 minutes.
I think 4 minutes is as long as we've ever had before.
Yeah, I was expecting him to say 5 today when I could tell he was going to go long, but 7 minutes.
That's a long time. But you can see why somebody gets hung up. And
if you 293.765. Yeah, and of course that you reach a point where it's like if it's taking you that long, then you might as well just save your buggy and quit. But finishing and getting those points, it depends on where you are in the points, and
those points can be very valuable.
And what your goal is for if you're just out here, you've come to a race once in a while, to have fun, and you're not chasing points. Cody's going to tell him what to do.
Cody hopped up and sprinted to his vehicle and showed him and said, hey, you can see him pointing. When you hit it, just ramp up in the air.
Look at those charades he's doing out there.
He sprinted to that.
So that is Clay Kaysen on the starting line. Clay had a second place time on course 1. He is sitting first overall in points right now for the Cup class this point in the season, and he finished first in the Cup class at our last race in Hot Springs. So Clay's having a pretty good year so far. Garion's over here. Garion's right here, Taylor.
Again, this is Clay Kaysen. I think they drew 5 and 7, if I remember correctly.
I don't know if she has a radio, Taylor. Looking good so far for Clay. Where's your radio? We're over here playing charades and throwing goldfish. Do what you gotta do.
Jack Porter said audio is gone.
All right. Man. Cody was like, come on, I told you what to do.
You could see him cheering him on. Oh, yeah. There we go. That is awesome. Awesome to see. Like, that's going to be a quick time.
That's a good little brother right there.
That is. You know the crazy part, though? I can see half a dozen other of our racers doing the same thing to either one of them.
As much as there are some, like, fun rivalries out here, there aren't any truly cutthroat competitive rivalries. Pretty much ever in our sport.
Yeah.
Well, except for you and Jack.
We don't have rivalry.
There is that.
We don't have rivalry.
.375 for Clay. That is our current leader on course 2. Jack says he can barely hear anything. Have you tried turning up the volume,
Yes.
Jack?
Jack, try unplugging it and plugging it back in. Okay, buddy? I can pick on Jack because he's not here to beat me.
Welcome to Rock Racing TV. Hotline, how can I help you? Have you tried unplugging it and plugging it back in, sir?
Sir, I'm going to need you to power that down.
Sir, please do not get loud with me.
Yeah.
Sir, I do not answer that tone of voice.
Yeah.
I'm going to need you to turn up the volume.
Yeah, I could talk trash. Jack's not here to beat me up right now.
Right now.
Yeah.
Taylor said turn up your hearing aids.
Jack said he's playing on TV and on his phone.
Come on, man.
Oh, we won't tell him that, Taylor. No.
It's all, yeah. No matter what happens, it's Jack's fault. Jack said, hey, great.
He said it's fixed
It's fixed now. Yeah, it's good news.
All right, good. We should have had Brandon Davis pulling up to the line, but it looks like Dan Carter instead bringing old Pinky up here.
Jack said, tell Taylor to do his job. He's only doing 9 of them. Gosh. Got Dan the Man Carter up here. Danger Dan blazing through in that black and pink rig.
Whoa! Oh, no, man. He was on a mission. Sir.
Man.
That is not a parking spot.
His buggy's light enough, he might be able to flip it. But for him getting back out of that buggy, since it's almost upside down, is going to be such a pain. And then you got, like I said, Brian Dunnigan there from Rock Life Off-Road. Cody Kaysen standing right next to him. Again, you can see a couple of the racers. They're like, yeah. Man.
They're like, who's got the winch?
All right, we got a replay.
Let's check it out again. See what exactly went wrong here. Oh, we got a way back replay. Let's try it again. Oh. Taylor gave up. Okay, there we go. Here's the replay.
Yeah, you see how much mud is flinging off his tires, which shows kind of how slick that stuff is. Coming over.
Dan definitely hit it harder this time than
he did
on course 1. I mean, he was hoping to just get. Oh, I think if that
tire,
left back tire hadn't bumped the rock, I think he would have.
I think he'd have been fine too.
Kept on skating off the end.
Yeah, I think that would totally. He'd have totally been fine. Look at that drone shot.
All right, looks like they got him back on all fours again already, but now they got to figure out how to drive it out of there. In a tough spot. All right, guys, we're going to let them work on that, and we will be right back after this.
The Mickey Thompson Premium Mud Terrain is on the road and full of undisputed attitude. The Baja Boss MT. No compromises, ever. We are purpose-built tires for truck and Jeep enthusiasts everywhere. All mud tires are not created equal, and here's the proof. Powerfly XD construction, asymmetrical tread design, extreme side biters, and more. Find your tire size today at MickeyThompsonTires.com.
Unfortunately, he had to back off. When the little red RPM says 9,000 RPMs, that's when you're supposed to back off.
Oh, that's what you're supposed to do?
Yeah. He's sent it like 9 times, though. All right, and we're back. Getting ready to...
With Cooper Bentley on the line.
Dan's driving up there. I think it is a Cadillac emblem on front of Dan's rig. I'm sure Cooper was watching that. Again, you see him going a lot farther up that rock before they cut over. Again, Cooper's flying through here.
Friday.
Taylor, wait a minute. What day is it?
Yeah, it's Friday. Jack Porter, shouldn't you be working right now? What time is it?
Yes.
2:40 on a Friday.
3:42.
Oh, it is 3. I thought my watch was in Eastern time.
Central Standard Time is 3:42. What, you guys are in Central, right? Yeah, see?
Yeah, Jack. What you doing?
3:45. Look at that grass just getting chewed up there.
Our beautiful Shire.
Our beautiful Shire. You're like, it's such a beautiful home.
I want to go to the Shire. I want to be a hobbit. I already eat second breakfast a lot of times,
Yeah.
so I would make a great hobbit.
You would, yeah. See what he's going to do. All right, but I think that was just like a test run.
He's just filling it out.
He didn't hit it that hard. I think that was just a test run to feel it out. Almost. There he goes.
Wow, he just like clawed right out.
Yeah. It's probably a good thing he just did full send it.
Taylor, Jack said nobody else works here. Why should I?
Fair enough.
Taylor
fair
said
enough.
fair enough.
Fair enough. Yeah. 2/3 of the shop is here. Yeah, I get it.
We won't tell anybody, Jack. All right, the time to beat right now for Cooper is a 1:21 from Clay Kaysen. Cooper had the fastest time. Woo.
1:28.494. That. Oh no, it's not.
That's a second place time right now.
Yeah, I thought
Cooper had the fastest time on course 1, and now he's right in there with a second place time behind Clay right now for course 2. But we've still got half of our drivers to go right now on this hill for course 2. If you guys are just joining us, welcome to Hillside Live. We are at a Good Evening Ranch in West Virginia for round. What is this? This is our 5th race of the season. This weekend presented by Branik Motorsports. So definitely a big thank you and shout out to them and all of our sponsors that help us do what we do here at the NRRA. Brandon Davis is now out on the course. This is our RCB Axle Unlimited UTV class, round 2. And what a beautiful day it is out here today. It was supposed to rain all morning, But we've got some sunshine,
man.
no humidity.
Yes.
Temperatures are in the 70s.
It's like beautiful, beautiful weather. Man, Brandon is hitting those boulders. Ugh. You can just feel that rig bounce around. That's Colby Reich at the bottom of the screen going, go, go! Man.
This is the 4th time around the course today for this Can-Am.
Look at that. That's such a smooth landing in that Can-Am. I mean, at least it looks like smooth from here.
It looks smooth, yeah. We all know looks can be deceiving.
But
we'll have to ask Brandon.
I am absolutely going to ask him later. I'm like, was that smooth? It looks super smooth. You can see him slide towards that tree.
Sliding into it. All right, how's he going to handle this ledge? Those tires are looking pretty slick.
Yeah, I bet you money. Bet you money he was watching Clay Kaysen or Cody Kaysen.
Yeah.
There you go. Get halfway lined up, back up a little harder, just hit a little bit faster.
Jack said it's 1:15 here. Jack, you lie.
There's no way.
You lie.
Yeah. He's taking an ice bath. Just got a Coke in there. It's just floating around with him. Yeah. Come on, Brandon. Brandon had a smoking time up to here.
Oh.
Almost. They just have to get just a little bit more speed with it. Roll into it a little faster. Man. Had a smoking time going through there. Ryan Edwards on there cheering on Brandon.
Come on, Brandon. Let's go, Brandon.
Yeah, I was waiting for it. Zach usually yells it.
This little Can-Am's getting tired, man.
It is.
It's
Again.
had 4 runs today between the stock class and the cup class.
He's so close right there too.
Giving her all she's got, Captain. Man.
Oh, it's a teal rig. I love it. I'm like, wait, come back. We can be friends.
That's the only qualification needed.
Yes,
To
just
be
have
friends
teal.
with Matt.
Well, I got, dude. You know
You
how hard
like
it is.
teal.
Do you know how hard it is to find teal stuff? No. I would. Like koozies, my Tupperware container down there, teal and white. You know, that took a while to find. Had to do some, my snacky snack bucket. Had to do some trading. I did. They come teal with purple lids, I think, and they come pink with a white lid.
Oh.
So I made the lady at the Tupperware booth do a little swapping around.
Oh, my goodness.
And that way I had to put teal and white. They probably did, but I didn't care. And then I found my little...
Right,
come on, Brandon.
We got Clay out there trying to give him a line, tell him where to go. He's just supervising right now. Oh, there he says, send it. Come on.
Yeah. He's like, so close.
What's
Yes.
He's like, I'm done. I can't help this. I love when everyone's doing charades.
It
up on the
is.
hill.
It is. And they think you can hear him inside of a buggy, but you can't.
No, when you have a helmet,
There we
it
go.
is. When you've got a helmet on and a motor running, you can't hear anybody.
You can barely understand hand
You
motions.
gotta like make eye contact and
Yeah.
watch for like hand motions.
Yeah. Yeah, you can barely understand hand motions at that point.
Dad and I like to decide ahead of time. Like when I raced at AOP in May, there was a tricky, steep uphill spot on a rock, and he's like, I'm going to stand here, and if I'm doing this, that means take the bonus like shortcut spot instead. But if I'm not, if I'm doing this, that's come on, like go this way. Like you got to make sure your signals are clear.
I put comms in my old helmet, so I just bought a new comm kit, so I put it in there from Rugged Radios, so I can use comms in my helmet. That way I can have people talk to me and have the headset for whoever's giving me. Yeah, I love it. It's so nice.
I've never raced anything with comms or headset.
The first person I ever saw do it was John Campbell, and I was like, that's a good idea.
335.137 for Brandon Davis. He had a little trouble there.
He did. He got hung up for a while.
He made it in the end.
But still got some points on the board for today. Those points become valuable at the end of the season. And there's Clay Kaysen sitting in the top spot there. Cooper Bentley coming in second. Casey Howell coming in third. Cody Kaysen coming in fourth. Brandon Davis coming in fifth. And then Nathan King with that epic rollover.
I'm going to say Brandon's still doing all right for the day because he finished first and second in the stock class.
Okay.
On each,
all right.
on
yeah,
each hill.
okay. That's still a podium finish for the day. Got Madison King sitting there. That bright pink rig.
Madison broke. What do we know exactly what she broke on?
I
hill
don't.
one? Was it? I think it was an axle. I think I remember seeing it hanging.
Okay.
Down. So
there was one hanging down.
She
yes.
did not get a finish on course 1. Looks like she got her crew on it over our short lunch break, and they were able to get everything back together. Hopefully, she's not gonna get stuck. There we go. And get herself a time for course 2.
And going up all these rocks, being the heart of that rock garden is okay if you get stuck going up as long as you can still back up. It's when you get stuck going up and down, that's when you really get kind of screwed. Ryan Edwards said front axle left.
Front left axle.
Yeah, he also needs some Zillas. And I kind of agree. Yeah, I've heard Zillas are just those rock Zillas are just incredible when it comes to rock, being able to get good grip. I've heard a lot of good things from drivers.
Whoa, where are we going there? Where'd she go? There she is.
Might have been trying to clean the lens or waft something away from it.
All right, moment of truth.
Oh,
not enough. Here comes Nathan.
Yeah. Again, if they don't one-shot it, I'm not super surprised just because feeling it out, it's so awkward. And a lot of times they'll use that first shot to kind of, measure it up, size it up, and kind of get a good feel for it. And then the second, they can really hammer down on it. But you can see it's not really angled. It's
there she should have
pretty
it.
much
There
straight
it
up
is.
and down there.
There's also that tree right at the top.
Yeah.
Just to keep things interesting. Oh no! Woo.
Getting a
Come
little,
on, Madison.
getting a little squirrely there. Yeah, it's probably a little safer line to come down.
All right, there it is.
194.932 for Madison King.
I believe we've got just 2 drivers left, Robert Trainer and Josh Krapinski.
Robert Trainer will not be racing.
Robert Trainer is not here.
And DC is not racing.
Yep, DC is out. Josh is out too? Oh, all right. I didn't remember that. Well, there's a peaceful shot of the Shire to end our day with.
We still have in.
To end our day of UTV Cup class racing with.
Usually I'm the guy, like, look at that shot as we fade out. And you're like, hey, Matt,
What do you think I was talking about, Matt?
We have 3 different classes going. I'm like, oh, yeah, that's right. We have more classes to come.
There is your leaderboard from the Cup class.
Again, Clay Kaysen sitting in that number 1 spot. Again, this is for the second course of the day. Clay Kaysen sitting in the number 1 spot. Cooper Bentley sitting in second. Casey Howe sitting in third. Madison King sitting in fourth. Cody Kaysen sitting in fifth. Brandon Davis sitting in sixth. And Nathan King, again, with that DNF we saw earlier, kicking off our series. So, hate to see that, but again, that was the second course of the day, so we will get those points and times all tallied up for our trophies for this afternoon. I've seen Dan Carter coming down the hill on a street bike, down a muddy hill on a street bike, followed by Zach on a dirt bike. And he is...
A small dirt bike.
Yes, a small dirt bike. And he's coming on a very muddy course, okay? So
that could turn into a skinny pedal nomination
Oh,
over
yeah.
there.
There we go. All
Tinker,
right. Got
all right.
Tinker coming up. It was Daniel Pierman, by the way, co-driving.
Okay.
Whatever. And I see Daniel's racing.
Co-dogging.
So we have Daniel Pierman in the passenger seat. We got Gatlin Wills driving. You see Justin Wills in front. Father of Gatlin. Gatlin's 12 years old driving this Jeep in the VIN class today.
I hope you guys were able to catch our little interview we did with Gatlin earlier. We played that a couple times. And this is her first time ever racing VIN class today. And she has been racing for a year and a half with us in the youth class. And stepping on up to the VIN class this time. So she did a great job on course 1. I'm sure she'll do the same on course 2. We do have Justin Hoback on the starting line first, though. Justin is sitting second in points overall right now for the VIN class. And he also got second place in our last race at Hot Springs. Putting that WT to work.
That WT. That Super Duty WT.
You sound like Forrest Gump.
It's so funny. I love hearing him say. I love hearing Collier say WT. It's so cute. I love when she does interviews with him, like in the car, and she'll post it on like social media. It's so funny. He sounds like he's like from the Super Sticks, from like in 1946. It's hilarious. I do. I really like that roof rack. That's a sharp roof rack. Really? Taylor said that he talked to Justin. It was hitting the bump stops. He needs a little more suspension travel is what he was saying, which I would. He had Brandon Davis with him? Oh, my goodness. Yeah, hey, let's put an extra 200 pounds in the truck. I'm sure it won't handle any different. And Brandon's probably like, get me out of this thing. Although they have pretty cushy seats. It can't be too bad. Bro, I've owned a Super Duty for the last 20 years. For a while, I owned 2 of them.
What are we doing here?
I donated one to society.
Oh, I think that's what he was trying to avoid.
Yeah. Yeah. You can see how yeah, you could tell it's sloped downhill just by the route he took. Little gravity kicking in there.
Yeah, not much you can do about that.
There's really not. There really is not.
You guys can see what a beautiful day it is out here in Canvas, West Virginia. We are loving that for sure and hoping tomorrow is the same. Taylor is loving this truck.
Got his a 2 bumper on the front there. Maybe it's just a steel bumper. It kind of looked like 2 bumper at first. Got a winch in there. Got winches front and rear. Does recovery.
I'm saying because he also helps use it for recovery. This thing, they don't call it WT for nothing. This thing gets put to all kinds of work out here.
Got a side-by-side rack on the back of it. I mean, like, you know, definitely putting in some work here.
That's a 135.684 for Justin Hoback. This is course 2 for the VIN class. We've got Charles Chris pulling up to the line now.
In his Cherokee, trail rig Cherokee that he has perfected over years. A lot of may know Charles from the High Octane Film series. He owns High Octane Film, so he's out here doing a lot of film work for us. Filmed some of the coolest off-road events out there, so definitely head over to YouTube and check out High Octane Films. Man, hear that motor roar. He is trying to put it down and get that first place trophy. Oh, bouncing through there.
He's getting after it. Does he have a name for this thing?
I don't know.
You know? We should name it.
Again, he had to weld up the back of it because the back of it was getting pretty dangerous after he rolled it over a bunch of times. Oh, man.
Can we call it Red Hot? What else is red?
That is a great name. Oh, no!
Into that rock. It's not slowing him down, though.
I don't see any more steam, so maybe a little steam just squeaked out of the radiator there. Came out of maybe vented out of a hose.
Oh, that looks like a rough ride.
6.9.073. That is a smoking time for Charles Chris, who literally just sent it.
The little Red Hot was on fire.
It was very, very on fire.
I don't even like Red Hots, though.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
Too
They're okay.
Spicy cinnamon.
Yeah. Again, this will be our last run of the day. This is Gatlin Wills coming through. She is 12 years old. Again, she came out and did a little trail riding yesterday with it. That was her first time really getting to drive it, so definitely doing a great job. Got hung up a little bit on her first run, see if she can't kind of sidestep that rock and stay clear of it. Much smoother, it looks like. There we go. Again, 4601. They do race it in the Ultra 4 Series. They have podiumed with this before at the Teardown in Tennessee at AOP. Again, Daniel Pierman, one of Justin's good friends, is in there co-driving right now. Brody Pierman is his son, who also races in our youth class. This is a 6-cylinder 4.0 liter automatic. That makes sense. That makes sense. He's had it quite a while. I love it. And Charles absolutely sends it. It's like
he does.
I've had a couple clapped out Cherokees. They're some of the funnest vehicles you'll ever drive. You go buy one for $500, you take it out and just have the time of your life in it. And at the end of the weekend, you'll either love off-roading or you'll hate off-roading. Usually it's they love it. So, getting Gatlin taking her time, trying to make sure she steers clear of those big rocks. The mud must have been sliding her down a little higher. She decided to take that high road up there.
She's not taking any chances here.
She isn't.
Y'all remember this is her first time ever racing in the VIN class with us.
And is 12 years old.
She stepped up from a 170, a little mini UTV,
yes,
to this Jeep.
A 170.
Not even old enough
this.
to have her driver's license yet. And she's doing awesome out here.
That really is impressive. To go from a 170 to a TJ.
Hello, hello.
Hey, guys.
Oh, my gosh, Zach. Bringing down the trailer here.
I did too. Oh, that's hilarious.
From here, that looks awkward. swear she's hung up on the tree right there, the rock.
There's
We've got
Justin. That's her dad there, giving her some pointers, trying to coach her through.
We think it's Daniel Pearman.
Daniel. Do you see Daniel's?
I wonder why Justin didn't ride with her.
I think she'll maybe listen to Daniel a little more. If your dad tells you something, you sometimes maybe disagree. Speaking of Daniel, do you see his rig up there sitting next to Justin's Bouncer? He has a Jeep Comanche up there.
No, I didn't.
LS swapped on USD stickies
Oh. What's he doing with that?
T-Trail rides it, and it's
Oh.
pretty bad looking.
193.895 for Gatlin Wheels. That means our course 2 for the VIN class was Charles Carris with a 69, then Justin Hoback with a 135, and Gatlin Wheels with a 193. That, now I can say, wraps up our day of racing out here at Good Evening Ranch. We are in Canvas, West Virginia this weekend. Hopefully, if you're somewhat local, you can join us tomorrow. If not, we'll be here on Hillside Live as always. Thanks for watching.
See you tomorrow.